Before the web looked stylish, it was a mess of plain text and blue links. Now, thanks to HTML and CSS being the basics, we can have better UI and better experience. Now, my name is Afotey, and join me in this crash course as we delve deeper into the fundamentals of HTML. So, to start with HTML CSS, you need an editor. Now, the one I recommend is VS Code, which has a nationwide popularity. Now, you can navigate to the VS Code site and download depending on the machine you are using. So as you can see, my download has just begun. After downloading, you navigate to your any folder of your choice and drag and drop the folder in your Visual Studio Code. As you can see in my setup, I'm having a ben.jpg and an index.html file. Now you can name your file a anything of your choice, but you have to add this HTML extension. Right, now let's get back into action. Now we also need certain packages known as extensions. So if you can see an extensions tab as your far left, you can navigate to the view, click on the extensions and set live server. As you can see, I have it installed, so I don't have to reinstall it. And the second one we need is a code formatter known as Prettier. And also I have this one also installed. So we can close this tab and let's write some code. One final thing we need is a browser. So Chrome is the browser I'm going to be using for this tutorial. So you can right click, navigate to open with live server, and voila, our HTML page is live. Of course, it's only live on our machine. So let me quickly divide the page so we don't have to be navigating backwards. Now in HTML, there are certain things called tags, right? And the first tag that we write is the doc type tag. So this is a doc type tag. This is my HTML, this is my header, and this is my body. So this is basically the layout of an HTML page. You can quickly click on the exclamation mark and click on enter, and of course we have this predefined code. Now what the doc type does is that it tells our browser that our HTML is actually an HTML5 code, which is the latest version of HTML. The HTML tag simply shows us the root of our HTML page. So as we can see here, everything we would be doing will be found in between the HTML tags. We can have the head and we can have the body. Now in the head, we can have meta tags, and an example that has been provided is the UTF-8. We can quickly hover over this and you can read more on this, okay? Or you can quickly navigate to MDN, which is the Mozilla Developer Network, and of course you can read more about these tags, okay? And as you can see, the document is not being reflected on our page. So imagine you search Benedict Afotey, right? You search, okay, this is wrong, Benedict Afotey. You can see that on top here, right, my name is showing here. So if I were to deploy this live website, the documents would actually be shown here, right, in this section. So that's the purpose of the title. The title is not going to reflect in my code, in my live website, but it's going to reflect on the deploy page. Now we can have the body section, and in the body section we can have the main section, and the main section is actually, of course, where the main things can be found, like what's the actual goal, right? So now let's see. So we can also have the head, and we can also have the footer. Now in the head we can have, let's see, an H1 tag. Now in the H1 tag, let's say myself, we can right click and open with live server, and as you can see, myself is being reflected on the page. Back and our code is reflected. So that's just the purpose of the p tag. So we've looked at the doc type tag, which tells our browser that our page is HTML5. We've looked at the HTML tag, which simply defines HTML document. So all the code that we are doing is actually found in the HTML tag, right? Now we can have the head and we can have the body, which are the two main sections. Now we said that the head contains the metadata that will be very useful in the deployment, such as the title, which, as we shown in the example, will be displayed on our deploy site, right? Now we also spoke of the main section, which is where the main things will be found, and then of course finally the footer. Now so in the head section, right, we can have a script, right? Now this is where our JavaScript will be found, and we won't be doing JavaScript in this section, but we will be doing so in subsequent sections. We can also have the style, which is of course where our CSS will be found. So now this is a basic layout of an HTML site, and if you've done this, voila, you are now a programmer. Now still in our admin section, we can have a nav link. Now the nav link helps us navigate to certain sections of the page by labeling the page with an ID, right? So with the nav link, we can have certain lists, okay? And the list I'm going for in this section is an unordered list, which is represented by a URL tag. So in this URL tag, we can have certain lists, right, which we denote by the li tag. So we can have about, and we can open with live server. And as you can see, our changes have been reflected. So we can also have one more tag known as the other list, right, which simply numbers our list, right? So we can see that our list has now been numbered. We can quickly create one more HTML page and call this about.html. Now let's quickly steal the code we have in our index.html page and paste it in our about.html page. So I'm quickly going to change myself to about, and yeah, that's it. So now how can we link these two HTML pages? Now that's where a tag known as the anchor tag comes in, or the e tag, right? So the anchor tag, as you can see, comes with a default href, right? Now in the href, we can indicate the location to which the about page can be found. So we can have the hashtag. So we can see here that is the hashtag that links the web pages. So you need to bring a hashtag to indicate the link between the web pages, right? So we have about.html. As you can see, we can follow. I don't know why mine is not working, but let's quickly open with live server. And as you can see, we have a subtle blue formatting with another line, right, which is characteristic of links in a website. So we can click on this. Why is this not working? Okay, so let's open ChatGPT. Let me copy my code. Let me paste it here. Why is mine? Now, ChatGPT, as you can see here, has corrected the error. So no matter how pro or beginner you are, ChatGPT is always your friend. So as you can see, what we did wrong was that in linking websites not on the same page, you don't have to bring a hashtag, right? Now we can click on that and we can see that we've been navigated to our about.html page. Now let's quickly open Live Server. We are on our index page, our home page. We can click on the about, and as you can see here, we've been navigated to our about page. Now let's have an horizontal rule, which is the HR tag. And finally, let's have one more section. Okay, let's have one more section. So in this section, I'm going to talk about more of myself. So let me quickly refresh this. So as you can see, our horizontal row has been reflected. Let me use the image I brought. So let's see. The name of my file is ben.jpg. So ben. And this image is very huge. So we can quickly include a width. And let's see. Let's give this a bit of 100, right? Yes. 100 is a bit too small. Let's use 300. Yes. Now, this section, of course, going to talk more about myself. So hello. Let me quickly write this. Now, there's one more tag that we can have when we want to format a tag, right? We can use a span tag, right? We want to format a tag in a p tag or a this tag, right? Such as this, we can use the span tag. Now, in the span tag, right, we can embolden this text, or we can give it a bit of italics, right? Now let's lay emphasis on this text. It's been a while since we visited Live Server, and as you can see, my text has been highlighted. So let me add one more tag to indicate a bold text, and we have strong. And as you can see, our changes have been reflected. Again, let's add an horizontal row to indicate we've been done with a section. Now let's quickly jump to our footer. Let's try add one more stuff. Our page should be a bit good, but we can have a footer, and we can use the copyright symbol in the HTML CSS. Our copy sign is by combining the N symbol. What was the name of this code? The ampersand. I think ampersand. No, I don't know. And as you can see, we have a list of options here. So let's refresh, and you can see the copy symbol. We can't just copy the copy sign from someone and paste it in their code. It's so 2025 Dr. Ben, and of course all right. This doesn't mean you can't copy my code. You can still copy it and use it. Like, I have no problem. But remember to click on that subscribe button if you've watched to this point. My name is Dr. Ben, and I thank you for watching this to this point. See you in the next tutorials. Bye.